and I survived a very serious, near-death situation about 1.5 years ago, and not too many people thought I was going to survive or bounce back. I'm ready to go.
Hell yeah.
I bounced back.
Care to share what that event was?
What?
Do you care to share what that event was?
I have no problem. What happened is I had never been sick. I don't remember being sick, and I had some dental work done. I didn't realize I have a very small throat, So what happened, because I was so busy, I wasn't masticating my food as well as I should, and some food got into my airway, and it went down into my lung. The airway is in the front, your esophagus is right behind it, right? And there's a sphincter here called the glottis, and when you chew your food, your tongue goes into your roof of your mouth. It's an automatic reflex, and it just pushes it over the glottis, and the epiglottis slides over and closes it.
Right.
It wasn't working for me. It went in there, right?
Oh,
and I was gulping the food down. I wasn't chewing it down. It went into my lungs, and I started to cough, and the cough got more and more violent as time went on. And finally, I said, something radically wrong. I knew. So I went to a local doctor who was... he wasn't the sharpest knife in the drawer, I come to realize.
It's a bad sign when your life's on the line.
So he said I had athletically induced asthma. I said, listen, doctor, I don't have asthma. I think I have pneumonia here, So he said, no, you don't have it. I don't know how they made that mistake. They gave me an x-ray, and I went home. I got sicker. Then a friend of mine wanted me to go see a doctor in the city. I went to see the doctor, and as soon as he looked at me, he said, I want you to go see a pulmonologist at Mount Sinai Hospital. It was a woman. I went to see her. She gave me an x-ray, and she says, you have to go into a hospital immediately. I said, can't you give me, because I never was in a hospital, can't you give me antibiotics? I'll go home. She said, no, you can't do that. So I went into the hospital, and what happened is that they started to treat me. They gave me antibiotics, which I never had, which ended up making me real sick. My legs swelled up. I had all kinds of problems. And they sent me home. And when I went home, I got progressively worse because I was trying to eat some food. And every time I put food in my mouth, I would go like this to cough, and the food was going into my airway.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
So then I got to the point where I knew I was dying. So I told my wife, I said, listen, I got to go back into the hospital. Well, my whole family was shocked because they know I wouldn't do that unless something was radically wrong. Right. So I went back into the hospital. They put me in the critical care unit. The first day I was in there, the guy next to me died. They were coming in, they were looking at me, and I know the way they were looking at me, it wasn't really that good.
Like the crows are circling.
Huh?
The crows were trying to circle you.
Yeah, right. So what happened, I ran into one doctor, and he come in, he said, can I talk to you? I want to come in. I have to come in the early in the morning, about 4 o'clock. I said, okay, I'll be awake. He come in, and he says, I have a feeling you have aspirational pneumonia. Bingo. As soon as he said that, I knew he was right.